Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Sims 4 speed build for you, and not surprisingly we are building in Chestnut Ridge, and I decided I wanted to make like a small family ranch. And I say small because really there's only enough room for like one horse and maybe a few goats and sheep, but you could also swap that out for maybe just having 2 horses. But anyways, I just wanted to like do something that wasn't too huge but also had enough room for like 4 Sims, and you could really like explore this world and have a good time on this lot. And this is a limited pack build, so it is only base game and the horse ranch pack. So if that's the only pack you have, you can download this and play with it without any kind of issue. And this is already uploaded to the Sims 4 gallery under my ID spicensprinkles, all one word, all lowercase, and down in the description if you want to see it written out. And here's the thing. This is actually the second time I'm doing this voice recording. I had to stop and basically I just started over, but like I ended up realizing that there is something missing from the version that I've uploaded to the gallery. You can see that I actually have added these really beautiful columns, and it looks so gorgeous and so nice on the front of this home. And what is uploaded to the gallery does not have the columns. I am so sad, and I'm only now realizing this after I've already taken screenshots and uploaded it, and I'm now seeing it like in the video. And it was actually really funny when I was taking the screenshots. I was like, oh, I don't know why the front just feels kind of like empty. Yeah, it's because I had columns there and I totally forgot, because I actually started this over on my Twitch channel, and the link's down below if you want to come hang out with us. But then I had to like stop, and then I finished it today and like uploaded it and all. And currently, like in case you don't use mods, the patch that we just got before this pack came out like broke everything. At least like all of my mods broke, and I've had to like reinstall them. And the one that I use the most is Better Build By. I know I've talked about this before. It is such a wonderful mod. Like Twisted Mexi has done like such an amazing job with it. Highly recommend if you enjoy building in The Sims. But it is like my one mod that is still not fixed yet. So, and it allows you to easily get into debug and do stuff, and it automatically puts in your cheat codes for you. So I think what happened was when I went in the second time, I didn't think about that. And when I loaded the lot, I didn't already have like move objects on, and I think it got rid of a bunch of items, which is kind of unfortunate. And I should have thought about that, because I realized that the TV I placed in the living room was gone, but it just didn't even occur to me that I needed to check for like the columns and stuff. So apologies, you can easily add those back in if you want to when you download it. I feel like it does make a really big difference, but in the screenshots, like they just won't be there, and that is why. And also I do want to preface also talking about like my mod still being broken, which trust me, I love that mod and I want it installed. However, like me talking about not having my mod does not mean I am upset with the creator of the mod. I feel like, you know, a lot of times when we get patches and we get, you know, obviously the mods, you know, break and they have to be updated, that people get like upset with the mod creators that they want, you know, their mod and stuff like that. But honestly, like, I don't feel that way. I'm so grateful for it. It just makes me feel like so much more appreciative of that mod when I don't have it. And seriously, like, I'm not upset with the creator or anything like that. I just want to say that because I know that sometimes that sentiment is like kind of felt in the community, and that is absolutely not how I feel. Like, the thing is, like, ultimately, like, it's not something I can do, it is not something I can create, so I am most certainly not going to be like upset if the person who is able to do that, it takes them a while to fix it. Like, this is insane. It is like, the fact that they can do this is actually like super amazing, and I so appreciate it. But anyways, I just want to put that out there. And also, you know, if you're someone that uses mods, like, you know, be patient with those creators, because, you know, they work so hard to bring us things that make our game so much better. So anyways, that's like my little like I kind of went on about it for a little while, and I apologize, but I just wanted to say that since I was talking about my mods being broken. And that also meant that I had to look up all of my all of my mods and type them in again, because I have forgotten at this point. I've been using that mod for so long, I don't remember all of the different like cheat codes I have to put in order to build like I usually do. So that was kind of like a fun adventure. We were sitting there and like Chat and I were like, oh man, wait, what is that code? Like let me put that in. And so we finally figured it out. But like I said, because I loaded into the lot without it, I think it kind of got rid of a few items. So that's a reminder too, like if you're downloading stuff out of the gallery, to be sure to have, you know, bb.move objects on and everything. And somebody just like honked their horn outside my house. I don't know if you heard that, so apologies if you did, but honestly that gave me a little bit of a jump scare Like, I don't know why, I just wasn't like expecting it, I guess. I don't know. Not that I've never heard like a car honk before, but I don't know. It's just, it's felt really loud. Anyways, I feel like I'm totally all over the place, but actually back to the build itself. You can see back here, I kind of created like a small little barn to kind of mimic what the house looked like. And that's where like your horse would stay. And I created this little area for the sheep and the goats, like somewhere for them to hang out. And I'm pretty sure that's not really necessary in terms of gameplay, but I liked it. Like that's a place for them to go, and it's a nice like sheltered area. But that is somewhere you could also replace and like make it a home for another horse instead if you would like to do that. And I also figured, like, this isn't really big, but I figured you might take your horse and go like to the equestrian center and stuff like that, and be able to like ride it around a lot for exercise, so you wouldn't necessarily need all that land here, if that makes sense. So we kind of just leave most of the backyard pretty open. I do end up putting like, I think I put the like barrels in the backyard, and I think I put like one of the like horse balls in the backyard as well. So your horse does have some stuff to do. And you know, we actually do also include the like nectar making station thing that actually ends up inside of the house. And I'm not going to lie, I'm so happy with the way the exterior came out, and now I'm happy with the interior. But when I was like doing the interior, I was like, what did I do? Like, what did I create? This floor plan is going to be very interesting and maybe a bit difficult for me to figure out, but we got there. I am very happy with the way it turned out, and honestly I think all these items came together so nicely, and we were really able to create something very cohesive. And I feel like, you know, the newer packs like give me that kind of feeling of being able to create a really nice, cohesive, lovely build with the items that you get, if that makes sense. Like, you really can make such a really nice home and not feel like you're necessarily like missing out by not having other packs, if that makes sense. So in that sense, I really like have enjoyed this pack. I think, you know, all of the textures, everything looks really nice. And I do have like a really long build by overview. It is very extensive up on my channel if you want to, you know, see that and see my opinions. Although it's so funny, I think I did actually miss a couple of items. I really tried not to, but I think I even prefaced that video with like, I'll probably forget something, and I did. I missed something. I think I missed like some grass, I think, and I didn't even go through debug. There's a lot of items in debug as well, but that would have taken like a very, 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 very long time to actually go through. And like I said, I wanted to keep this kind of like, I didn't want a lot of vegetation, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted it to look really nice, but I didn't want it to have like a bunch of stuff. I feel like the surrounding area, it's like a more drier climate. Like, I'm not gonna say like a desert, but like, you know, you don't have as much as like maybe what I'd put like in Willow Creek or something. And so, but I still wanted it to look like it was really nicely like manicured and taken care of. And so that was kind of the look we were going for. And literally looking at the front of this build, it really does look better with the columns. Oh my gosh, I still can't get over the fact that I forgot about them, but that's okay. And I honestly love the back of this house, like all of those windows. Like, I was like, I think that was something that I didn't want to lose, and I really wanted it to be like the living area. So I think that's what made things a little more difficult in terms of figuring out a floor plan. And eventually when we get inside, I draw a floor plan, and I actually do end up like swapping it up between like the time I was building it on Twitch and then the time that I was spending on it today, like on my own. I did end up swapping the floor plan around. I'm much happier with this one. We got more stuff in it because I really did want it to be like more than just like 2 Sims. I really wanted this to be a family home, so it needed to really be like 2 bedrooms. That was like my vision, but I was having a hard time fitting that in originally, but we did get there. We even have like a small little office area, which I'm very happy about, a large dining area. The kitchen is huge. Like, honestly, I feel like there's so much room on the inside, but it definitely took me a minute to like figure out how to really organize things so that it actually made sense. And of course, now with the update, like, I feel like I haven't really talked about it at all, but like, we can paint ceilings now, which is like so amazing. And that's a base game update, so anybody can do it. But like, I'm so excited, like, seriously, like, and like with this pack, we got this really pretty, like, it looks like a sky and like constellations, and like, so I ended up using that in the kids' bedroom with the cloud lights. Like, it's just so pretty. So don't worry, I do actually paint all of the ceilings. So I didn't do it till the very end because I wanted to know what, like where each room was gonna be, you know what I mean? So that like I wasn't having to like redo it over and over again and really get a feel for what the interior was going to look like. And I really like the big, lovely porch we have in the front here as well. And actually, the columns have already disappeared. So the columns disappeared while I was actually building it, I guess. Oh, well, that's very interesting. Oh, I wonder why that happened. Oh, did it happen when I put the foundation on it? But I don't know, maybe. Anyways, you can add those back if you want to. I really need to stop focusing on that. But I also, it was so funny, the like townies that already live here, like when you get the pack, I forgot which ones they are now, but the family has a horse. And when I loaded in to kind of like test things out, not 10 seconds into like pressing play did the horse walk into the home. Like, so I actually do have a screenshot of a horse standing right there by the front door in the middle of the dining room. So be sure to stick around for that screenshot. It like cracked me up. I literally like pressed play and the horse promptly just walked right into the house. I was like, you literally have a whole like nice barn to yourself in the back, but like that's cool, you know what I mean? Like that's, you know, that's fine. So anyways, I just thought that was so funny like that it didn't take very long at all for the horse to like end up inside. And also let me know if you're someone who has the pack, or even if you've watched like people play with the pack, that kind of thing. Like, how do you feel about it? Are you like, do you like the build buy? Are you more of a gameplay? Like, how do you feel about it? Because I am curious. I am hoping that I can actually maybe get into some gameplay and like actually like, you know, play with the horses, because I haven't even had a chance to do so. I really like got the pack, did the build by overview, and then immediately started building, and like that's basically what I've been working on. And then like of course getting this speed build out, and it just like I just haven't even had time. I have watched a little bit of gameplay and they look so cute. I love, like, I think the animations are so lovely. I am still interested. I'm hoping that, I'm assuming you can actually have all of the animals like on the same lot, which I'm wondering like how difficult that would be to actually take care of all those animals and how expensive that would be. Like if you just had like one sim, like I feel like you'd have to have a ranch hand or something, because like I feel like if you have a horse, like chickens, goats, sheep, like I just like all the things, like it would be a lot to take care of. I don't know. So like let me know if you've played with all that stuff. I feel like people definitely probably have. I just personally haven't yet, but I really think that would be really fun to do, you know what I mean? Like even like in my big sister challenge that I work on over on my Twitch channel, like the big sister is like super into animals and like was a vet for a little while, and I feel like, you know, they're about to move into a bigger house. Like maybe I need to like, you know, give her a horse. I don't know, maybe we'll try doing that. But like currently that household, I think I have like 9 Sims in it or something, like, or like there's like 2 dogs, a cat, like 2 toddlers, 4 adults. Like it's quite the household. So I don't know, I'm a little scared of adding in like another animal to take care of. So I don't know. Anyways, like if you're interested in watching that, I usually do that like on Tuesdays over my Twitch channel, and I had started like gameplay videos on my YouTube channel, but like I ended up stopping because I just felt like, you know, it was more fun not like also editing them into videos. But also let me know like if you're interested in maybe seeing some gameplay on the channel, you know what I mean? Or I recently put out a like build challenge video, like is that something you enjoy? Should I do more of those, like that kind of thing? I don't know, just let me know. I feel like super chatty today. I feel like that's what's happening. I'm just kind of like talking, even though like I am also building. But I think all these items came together in such a lovely way. I really do like these items. I do see myself using them. I am happy to see that there's not just like cow print, like animal print, like on everything, you know what I mean? I was worried about that because I did want these to be like versatile items that I could use in other builds, but like if everything was covered in an animal print, I don't know. I don't know if I would be using it, if that makes sense. So you can see here we're working on this really nice lovely living area, and originally I expanded that room out. I do like push it back in because I really like the idea of having the windows all the way around, and we have that gap, and like it bugged me, so we do make it a little bit smaller. I just end up getting rid of the little table that's behind the couch, but like it's still, there's still plenty of room to like get around and all that kind of good stuff. So your Sims can like, you know, light the fireplace and all that, all of that. So I also include, like I said, I think like yeah, I really like the way this came out. It ends up being, yeah, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It is a large bathroom, and I did end up using the bathroom pieces that came with the pack. So we did get like a shower, a bathtub, a sink, but not a toilet, but like everything else. And oh yeah, I did mention this, right, that it is a limited pack build. I'm pretty sure I did. Like, I swear, when I have to redo a voiceover, I always forget what I've already said. So apologies if I have like repeated myself, but that happens because like when I have to start over, I just like forget what I already said. And we have this huge, lovely like dining room table when you walk in. It's so pretty. And like I said, I think even like having just this pack and base game, I think we really created a very nice home here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there have been other packs that have been harder to do that with, if that makes sense. So I do end up putting in like a hutch over here along with like some stacks of like, what are they called? Nectar bottle holders. Oh my gosh, like a nectar rack. Anyways, oh my gosh, why are words escaping me? I'm telling you, it's because it's Friday. My brain has already turned off for the week. It's one of those kinds of weeks. Like I'm just like just my brain's like done. But I also, is so funny, I was so excited about like the stack of plates we got with this like particular pack because like I really love like nice clutter items that like I forgot about it. It took me a while to put those in. I was like, what? Like I saw them, I was like, how did I like almost forget about those? Like what in the world? So we do put some actually on the table, which I thought was really nice. And like that other item that has like the little silverware packs and everything in, we put that in the kitchen. And like I said, the kitchen actually ends up being pretty large, and believe it or not, it is over on that like empty side in there. And like I said, when I was building this, I was like, we're just gonna like, I know I want the dining room here, and we're just gonna like figure the kitchen out as we go. Like I didn't know what to put over there in the corner by the door. That's actually where you end up putting all of the nectar stuff. So that's where your sim can actually make nectar. And I will say I do actually end up kind of like doing a little jump here where like all of a sudden the kitchen's gonna look a little bit different and kind of more put together because I was having a hard time with the counters, and I figured you didn't need to see me struggle for years on how I wanted to set this up. But we do end up with a little bar area, and because I did want to use those bar stools because I do really like them, and trying to figure out where I was going to put like the sink and the fridge and things like that. Like I already like, I don't know why, but I have a hard time putting cabinets in front of windows. I don't know. I feel like I just want the window to be open, if that makes sense. Like, and you just like be able to see completely out of it. But we do end up putting the cabinets in front of it, and I think it looks really nice, but I didn't want to put the like stove or the fridge there, that kind of thing. So we do end up just kind of leaving that open. I figured that'd be really a nice like prep area. Like we put a lot of like clutter over there as well. And don't worry, we do include a fruit bowl. So my mom will be happy. There is a fruit bowl in this build, and my normal fruit bowl is just from base game. So we didn't have any issues. It is the fruit bowl that I use like all of the time. And I end up like getting all this clutter out. And like I said, I totally forgot about the plates, and I also forgot about the big pot that we got as well. Like how did I forget about that? Like I was so excited about it. Like if you watched my like build by overview, I was so excited about those items. Like how did I almost forget? But don't worry, I end up like adding them so we don't miss them or anything like that. And like I said, we do end up putting like some nectar like crates and stuff over there. And so because I try to include a lot of stuff so your sims hopefully can like experience the pack really well, like just like with this build alone. And it does come out to be 77,000 simoleons, so definitely not a starter, but I mean it is a pretty large home, you know what I mean? Like, so I guess it makes sense. And honestly, I have a hard time with starter homes. Like if you've watched my other videos, I've talked about this before. Budgets are very hard for me. Like when I'm building in The Sims, it's just like it's quite the challenge for me to actually use a budget. But so we didn't use that one for this, but maybe I need to try to. I don't know. And also let me know if there are like other things that you want to see me try to build with this pack, or other builds in general that you want to see, because I love like hearing your suggestions, and I usually end up trying to get those done, and especially if it's something that you want to use in the game. And as a reminder, I did also create a hashtag on the gallery, buildmespicensprinkles, if you want to like put some like sim families on there with information about them, if you want to see me try to build like something for them. And like I mentioned this before, it's not a guarantee that I will, but like if you know you feel like you have a family that you might want to see something for, you know, or something I might enjoy building, you know, be sure to upload it there. And I will try to check that periodically. And yeah, so we'll take a look at those. And again, like, yeah, let me know if there's anything that you want to see me build. And I really like packed everything I could into that bathroom, all of the clutter. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of the shower and the bathtub. Like, they're not really like my jam. Like, I probably won't use them very often, but since this was a pack specific build, I really wanted to use as many items as possible from it, and including this lovely desk. I really like this desk a lot, and including this like little bit of wall art. And I do end up putting a like, not a bookcase, but like that little stack of books from base game, so your Sims can also like read. Like, I don't think I have a bookcase anywhere in this home, so I wanted to be sure to include that so your Sims can do that, and a computer in case they, you know, need it. I feel like it's not like an essential item necessarily, but I feel like it's a useful item to have for your Sims. So we just kind of finished up that little hallway, and then for the parents' bedroom, I had like a little bit of a hard time. So there's some swatches on these beds that I definitely want to use, but like I wasn't feeling inspired to use at the moment, if that makes sense. And we actually I had a hard time with this bed. I picked this bed because it kind of matched the living space, like that like rug out there and everything, but I actually ended up swapping it out and using like a red bedspread. And so we end up actually using a lot of red in here. I did notice that we have several swatches that are like those really saturated gem colors, like really pretty reds and greens. So we actually end up using red in here because I ended up swapping it to this rug, and I was like, maybe let's try something like a little bit different. So maybe it doesn't match exactly. I thought about using that comforter with the sheep on it, and then I was like, nope, this isn't it. I don't like it. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. It felt very monotone in here. Like, I feel like with more items, so if you have other packs, like, I think I could have done a little bit more with it, but there was something about like, this was just going to end up being really monotone if I didn't change it. So we do like this really pretty red, and I really do love the ottoman we got. Like, I very much like it. And I will say that the way it looks right now, or the way I'm building it right now, you can't actually get to the little furnace, but when it's uploaded to the gallery, I did push those chairs back a little bit, so you shouldn't have like any kind of issue there. And we got such pretty curtains with this pack, but we only got like one. And they don't fit these big windows. So that was kind of frustrating. Like, I really wanted to use them, but since I use these big windows everywhere, they didn't quite like fit very well, so we didn't use them. So hopefully in another build I will get to use those. And trying to use all of those new wardrobe pieces that we got with the pack, which I thought was kind of nice to have another like clothes rack and some more clothes to use, like, because I really do like having that like open wardrobe look, and you know, it's really nice to have, you know, more items for it. So I do very much appreciate that. And you can see I'm messing a lot with like what I wanted to put on the wall and what would make sense here. So we put in like another mirror, and in the kids' bedroom, like I mentioned, we end up using the like constellation like on the ceiling, and end up using the little sheep. And like, I was happy that there's two different swatches for it, so like the kids don't have like the exact same bedspread, if that makes sense. And we end up like, I really wanted to use like both of these rugs, but there was something, I just felt like they didn't fit in super well. I don't know. So I ended up not using both of them, but we did get to use that really nice dollhouse for them. And I do put like a toy chest in here. So plenty of stuff for the kids to do and work on. So I think it turned out really nicely. And I think adding more stuff to the walls, like at first I thought it felt a little bit bland, but I think like adding in all the little like touches from like the kids category, especially from base game, I thought ended up looking really lovely, and just kind of pulling on that like kind of bright yellow, like not super bright, but like I feel like it definitely like gives you those kid vibes. And of course using those cloud lamps, I was so excited to do with that new cloud ceiling. And you can use them on the floors as well. I think that could be kind of interesting. Maybe I need to figure out how to do that and it not look weird. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that might be hard to do. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really sweet day. Bye, everybody.